Holy crap. This just took place on CNN a couple of minutes ago. And you know, when it comes to CNN polls, we got to add more points, more numbers, because it just never be right. But oh boy, once again, we told you it is done for the Democratic Party. Over. Wouldn't want to be you. And it gets better and better and better for President Trump. The truth will shine in the light.
About Donald Trump shutdowns, net approval rating, we're talking 20 days into it. In 2018/2019, Donald Trump's net approval rating was already falling. The shutdown was eating into his popular support. It was down 3 points already at this particular point and would fall considerably more. It was very much on the decline. You come over to this side of the screen, this shutdown hasn't eaten into Donald Trump's support at all. His net approval rating is actually up a point in terms of his popular support. So the bottom line is this. The first shutdown during Trump's first term, 2018-2019, was hurting Donald Trump. This one is not hurting him at all. There's no real reason Donald Trump might say, at least when it comes to popular support, I want to get out of this shutdown.
What about the question of blame?
Yeah, okay, what about...
Because it is not the Trump shutdown. It is the Democrat shutdown, the Schumer shutdown. We just keep winning. Roll it.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
I am not a king at all. I am not a king. I just work my ass off to make our country great. Yes, indeed. President Trump, man. Here we are. You just can't make this up, man. And I couldn't wait to get into this on today's show and bring y'all this. A lot of big things happening right now. A lot of big things were said a couple of hours ago on Air Force One. But before we get into all this, and even what they admitted live on television just a couple of hours ago, literally like 2 hours ago, you know, that we just keep winning. You know, I want to tell you guys that I hope you are having an amazing start to the new week. Happy Monday. I love y'all. I hope that you are blessed, well, and healthy, that you are in good spirits, you know. As you get time to take some time out and relax, spend time with your loved ones, do not take time for granted, man. We live in a very, very fast time travel, and everything is temporary, you know, whether you like it or not, you know. And this is why I tell you guys I love you, man. You know, nothing is promised to any of us, man. One love, baby. Nothing really matters if you be honest with me, except for, you know, getting right with the Lord and your family and just being a good person, man. You know, that's it. Everything is temporary, man. The money in your bank account, them cars, that house, or even if you don't even really got nothing, you know, everything is temporary, man. Nothing lasts forever. So just be the best person that you can be, man, and continue to spread love. That's all I tell you guys, man. But we're seeing what it's been like in this country. The other side, it's been good versus evil, right versus wrong. The Trump derangement syndrome, you know, these lunatics, people out protesting, don't even know what the hell they protesting for. People burning the American flag, you know. We're seeing people celebrate and mock another man's death, you know, simply because they just didn't agree with him, his beliefs, opinions, you know. They thought he was this and that. They took everything out of context. It's honestly sad, man. You know, everything what the man really said, they took it out of context to make him seem like an evil, racist person. You know, conservatives under attack, Christianity under attack in this country. It is honestly sad, man. But these are the times that we are living in. You know, we're going to call it out for what it is. And that's just the truth. You know. But Trump says he is not a king. And he's just working his ass off to make this country great, you know. And I want to check this out. Canadians, did y'all see some of those Canadians and people in the in the UK joining in on this protest. It was like a small group.
Today, I thought it was extremely funny, and now I have to share it with the rest of you. As most of you probably know, yesterday was the No Kings protest here in the United States. It was a protest more or less against the Trump administration, and it took place across a number of cities. All of that is fine. The thing that's very interesting about this is that Canadians decided that they wanted to have their own little fun protest because for some reason Canadians always want to do what Americans are doing. And here in the background, you can see that they're having their little protest in Toronto, Canada. Here's what's so funny though about this. Number one, Canadians, Trump is not your head of state. He's not a leader in your country. You're not American. You love to tell us that you're not American. Let me remind you, you're not American. Trump does not run your country. But number two, and more importantly, the protest is called No Kings. No Kings. Coincidentally, though, your head of state is a king, the King of England. So you're participating in a protest called No Kings for a leader that you don't have while you simultaneously have a king of state. Okay, yeah, you can't make this stuff up.
Boy. But President Trump just dropped the mic on No Kings. You know? And this is like a more fuller clip of what he said earlier, of saying that he's working his butt off and to make our country great. Check this out.
Protest over the weekend, the No Kings protest.
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective, and the people were whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
Mr. President, besides San Francisco...
And by the way, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
Not a king at all. I'll just work my ass off to make this country great. And y'all know the lady that was got caught mocking Charlie Kirk's assassination. She just effed around and found out. We're gonna probably do a separate video on this on the show because it's a lot that came out of this. It was so many people that found where she worked at an elementary school. You just can't make this up. And she has now been terminated, but we're probably gonna get into all of this and probably in a separate video. But I don't know why you people are this evil, and then you're live. I mean, you're all over the internet. People are gonna find you. People know you. You know, it's gonna come out immediately, ma'am. I don't know why you would do this. Why?
Hey!
But this is the left. She's mocking that the man got shot in the neck. Mocking another man's death. This is the left. And we're not going to say the entire, every single Democrat in this country, but the overview of the left, this is where it's gotten. Deranged lunatics. People that need help, man. Literally, just good versus evil. Right versus wrong. But she just effed around and found out. People blew they literally called the school, showed up to the school. I mean, the school had to take down their website, and then they had to take down their Twitter account because people were calling for this woman to be held accountable. And she did get held accountable. We're going to probably get into all that later on the show. But let's jump into this. Trump just terminated Chuck Schumer's $20 billion Hudson River, New York City project. As of now, it's terminated. That's up to me. It's terminated because Democrats are foolish.
Sticking with New York City, you've talked about the Hudson River Tunnel, the infrastructure project. So you said that the funding has been terminated, but folks in New York have said that it's not terminated. So where does that stand?
Well, as of now, it's terminated, and that's up to me. And as of now, it's terminated, and it's terminated because the Democrats. are so foolish what they've done to the country. I mean, we have the hottest country in the world. There's no country even close. And they just want to do this. You know, there's nothing for them to do. All they have to do is just say, let everything continue. And I will say a lot of Democrats want this to get over.
So the administration right now is not sending funding.
Right now there is no funding because it's up to me.
What is your response to the protest?
Who are you with?
Who are you with? Trump say he not taking answers from ABC. The hell with ABC. I tell you, man. Who are you with? Even Trump just ended Zoran Mandami. I call him Mandami. They got doggone socialist communists down there. They finna run everybody out of New York City. But Trump just ended his career. Says career for smiling with a terrorist. It's a disaster waiting to happen. We cannot have a communist in charge of New York City. An absolute mic drop. Check this out.
Look, the Mandami thing is it's a disaster waiting to happen. We can't have a communist in charge of a great supposedly free enterprise, kind of a representative city. So I think it's, if you have a communist mayor, I think it's going to be very tough for him and for the city.
Do you think he should have posted something like this so close to the election?
Oh, I think it's a shame that that particular man is endorsing him and very friendly with him. You can see there's a relationship. He blew up the World Trade Center, right?
And Mr. President,
Didn't the man you're talking about blow up the World Trade Center? And he's friends with Mandami?
Mr. President, sticking with New York City, you've talked about the Hudson River.
I'll tell you, boy, what a night and day difference, man. I'll tell you, what a night and day difference. Just can't make this up, man. You hear and see the man every single day. Look, he's on another interview. He's in front of another camera. He's answering another question. Man. Night and day difference from the previous administration. We actually know who's running the country, whether you love it or not. Whether you like the things he's done, whether you love the things he's done, whether you don't like it, whether you hate the things this man has done, whether you hate his policy, we actually know who's running the country, man. And come to find out, even people that didn't vote for this man love a lot of things he has done. And they just can't deny his success. Just can't. That brings us to this right here. This is a huge rocker right here. CNN reveals the devastating news that the federal shutdown not only has hammered President Trump's public support, his approval rating has increased. Out of all this that's going on right now, Trump's approval rating has increased. And y'all know why. I don't even have to go through it and sit up here and waste time talking about it. We all know why Trump approval rating has increased 20 days into this shutdown. Yeah.
About Donald Trump shutdowns, net approval rating, we're talking 20 days into it. In 2018/2019, Donald Trump's net approval rating was already falling. The shutdown was eating into his popular support. It was down 3 points already at this particular point and would fall considerably more. It was very much on the decline. You come over to this side of the screen, this shutdown hasn't eaten into Donald Trump's support at all. His net approval rating is actually up a point in terms of his popular support. So the bottom line is this: the first.
Oh boy! I gotta pause and just inhale, exhale. We're gonna end the show off with this right here. Just inhale, exhale. Smells good, doesn't it?
First shutdown during Trump's first term, 2018-2019, was hurting Donald Trump. This one is not hurting him at all. There's no real reason Donald Trump might say, at least when it comes to popular support, I want to get out of this shutdown.
What about the question of blame?
Yeah, okay. What about the question of blame? Okay, you see Donald Trump's net approval rating was down 2018 to 2019. You talk about 2025 as net approval rating is up. It comes down to the blame game, a game I loved to play when I was younger. Blame Trump for the shutdown a great deal. In 2018/2019, 61%, more than 3 in 5 Americans blame Trump a great deal for that particular shutdown. You come over to this side of the screen, look at this. It's a different world. It's a different world. 48% of Americans blame Trump a great deal for this particular shutdown. So it's more than 3 in 5 back in 2018/2019. It's less than half, a drop of 13 points. Again, it's no real wonder that Donald Trump at this point, looking at the shutdown, says, you know what, it's not actually harming me politically, in large part because he's getting less of the blame.
And he's doing things differently during this shutdown.
Yes, exactly right. You know, we talk about Donald Trump and you say, okay, he wants to be a consequential, influential president. Well, if the legislative process is basically freezed up, you know, on Capitol Hill, you may say, well, then he can't actually get legislation through. But that's not how Trump is governing in this term. We've spoken about this over and over and over again. He's using his pen.